Okay, so if you spend any time at all scrolling through social media, you have definitely seen these.
Oh, for sure.
You know, those songs that take a huge hit, one that's super serious, and just
Yeah.
flip it. They change all the words to be about something completely ridiculous.
Right, something silly or sometimes actually pretty smart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And today we are getting into musical parodies.
We are, and I think most people just see them as, quick little internet jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to uncover this really long history, the incredible technical skill it takes to do them well, and the surprisingly big role they play in our culture.
Okay, let's unpack that right away.
Yeah.
Because it sounds simple, but it's not.
Yeah.
At its core, what actually defines a musical parody?
So a parody song is basically a work that imitates the style, or more often, a specific song just for laughs.
For comic effect.
Purely for comic effect. But here's the critical part. The whole thing rests on what we call recognition.
Recognition. Okay, so that's the foundation.
Yeah, it is everything.
You, as the listener, have to already know the original song really, really well.
Yes. Because if you don't know the hit tune, the punchline it doesn't land. The parody has nothing to play against.
Right.
And that structure is actually brilliant for the comedian because it means they don't have to worry about writing a catchy song.
Because it's already catchy.
It's already catchy. They can put 100% of their energy just into the humor.
That seems like a really different thing from when a band just, covers another artist's song. What's the line there between a cover and a parody?
A cover song is meant to honor the original. It's an homage. You might reproduce it exactly, but you're definitely not changing the meaning.
You're paying respect.
You're paying respect. A parody is an act of transformation. It always flips the meaning.
Yeah.
It exaggerates the quirks or turns this really serious song into something completely absurd.
What's so interesting is that even though we see them all over the internet now, this kind of musical joke is not new at all.
Not even close. This tradition goes back centuries. I mean, we have records of people changing the lyrics to popular folk tunes long before any recording existed.
So wait, before music could even be recorded or distributed, audiences were participating. They were changing the lyrics themselves.
Yes. It was an incredibly effective way to communicate. It allowed local stories or jokes to spread really fast because the tune was already catchy and familiar.
Everyone already knew it.
Everyone knew the music by heart. It was kind of the original viral meme.
And you even see this in the classical music world, which I think would surprise a lot of people.
Absolutely. Composers would sometimes use humor to surprise their listeners. They take a well-known theme and then just twist it with a weird chord or a change in rhythm. The joke only worked if the audience had that background knowledge.
But the real game changer was recording technology.
Mm-hmm.
Once we could record and share these songs, they could reach a global audience. And that's when the genre really became part of pop culture.
And as it matured, so did the techniques. That brings us to something called a style parody.
Okay, what's a style parody?
This is where the song itself is completely original, the melody, the instruments, all new, but it is meticulously crafted to sound exactly like a famous band or a performer.
Ah, so you're not making fun of one specific song, you're mocking their entire trademark style.
Exactly. The kinds of chords they always use, the way they sing, their go-to instruments, it takes this whole other level of musical skill to pull that off.
It really does, and that leads us right into the art of the rewrite,
Mm.
because we often just don't appreciate the painstaking skill that goes into writing good parody lyrics.
We think of comedy as effortless, but the rules, the meter, the rhythm, they must be brutal.
Oh, they're tyrannical. The new words have to fit perfectly into the syllables and the rhythm of the original song. If that timing is off, even by a little bit, the humor is just gone.
It's completely lost. The listener stops laughing and starts trying to force the words to fit the beat, and the joke dies.
And this is where the really successful writers use a super clever technique. It's called phonetic replacement.
And what's so cool here is the precision. Phonetic replacement means finding new words that sound incredibly similar to the original lyrics, but mean something completely different.
And that sound-alike quality creates this subconscious link in your brain between the two versions.
Which makes the joke land even harder.
Can you give us a quick example of how that would work?
Sure. Okay, so imagine a really common line from a love song. The original is, "I will hold your hand, dear."
Okay.
A great parody writer might switch the theme to, say, home repair, and change it to, "I will bolt your fan here."
Oh, wow. Whole hand.
Cool.
Bolt fan. It fits the meter perfectly, but the meaning is just completely flipped.
Exactly, from romance to mechanics.
That really shows how much brain power goes into making something sound so simple. And it's not just about random puns or wordplay, is it?
No, not at all. You have to maintain one consistent central idea or joke through the entire song. From the first verse all the way to the final chorus, it has to tell a coherent, funny story.
And that technical difficulty doesn't just stop with the writing. It goes right into the recording studio.
Oh, yeah. The music in a professional parody often has to sound exactly like the original hit song.
Perfect copy.
A perfect copy. And that's the mimicry challenge for the engineers. They're not just playing similar instruments, they're trying to recreate the specific sonic DNA of that track.
So like the exact echo on the drum or the specific fuzzy sound on the guitar?
Mm-hmm. All of it. Meticulously layering synths to match the original. It's an incredibly demanding job.
And what about the singer? The vocalist has to do an impression, basically.
A really detailed one. They have to mimic the original singer's accent, their little quirks, even their breathing patterns.
I was surprised the research mentioned breathing.
Those small details are everything.
Huh.
If the original singer, takes a little gasp before a high note, the parody singer has to do it too. If there are background harmonies that you barely notice, they have to be there.
So why? Why go through all of that high-quality, expensive production just for a joke about cheese or a bad movie?
Because of the dramatic contrast.
Got it.
That's the secret weapon.
Ah.
The high-quality, professional, serious-sounding music makes the ridiculous new lyrics even funnier. If the music sounds cheap, the joke just doesn't land as hard.
That makes so much sense.
Mm.
The serious frame makes the silly picture inside it even more hilarious. And this raises a really good point about what the humor is trying to do, because not all parodies are the same.
Right. We need to draw a line between a spoof and satire.
This is where you have to start thinking critically as a listener.
Exactly. A spoof is the simpler form. It's just mocking the original for silly fun. There's no bigger point being made.
So changing a huge, dramatic pop song about love into a song about, I don't know, how hard it is to build IKEA furniture.
That is a perfect example of a spoof. It's just lighthearted fun.
Okay, so what is satire then?
Satire uses humor as a tool, a weapon even. It criticizes or points out flaws in a person, an idea, or a cultural trend. It uses that catchy tune as a Trojan horse for a critique.
So a spoof is about the song itself, but satire uses the song to comment on something bigger, something external.
Precisely, like changing lyrics to talk about how obsessed people are with social media fame or technology.
So as a listener, you enjoy a spoof for the silliness, but to really get satire, you have to think a little deeper and understand the criticism being made.
You do. It engages your brain on a different level.
And now, in the modern age, it's not just about the audio anymore. Visuals are a huge part of it.
Oh, absolutely critical. Music videos add a whole other layer to the joke. A parody video will often recreate the original sets, the costumes, the camera shots.
But with a funny twist.
With a hilarious twist.
Yeah.
And seeing that familiar scene, but with something ridiculous happening, makes the comedy so much stronger and helps it go viral.
And the internet has just blown the doors wide open for this genre. In the past, you needed what, a record deal or a TV show?
For sure. Now, anyone with a microphone and a laptop can make a parody and upload it. And that's led to this huge explosion in variety, allowing so many new voices to be heard.
Okay, so let's bring this back to our listeners. Why should you, as a student, care about the technical details of a funny song?
Because writing parodies is actually an amazing educational tool. It teaches you how to analyze structure, like poetry or songwriting.
Yeah.
You have to figure out the rhyme schemes, the verse-chorus format.
Right, and then transform it.
And transform it. Plus, it's a huge vocabulary builder. You have to search for the perfect, funniest words that fit the rhythm and the rhyme.
And of course, there's the memory trick.
Yes. Putting facts for, say, a history or science class into a catchy song is a proven way to make them stick in your brain.
We should probably touch on the legal side just for a second. Artists are really protective of their work, but parodies seem to get a pass.
It is complicated, but parody is often protected as a form of free speech. It falls under something called fair use, especially if the new song is transformative and makes a comment on something.
And really, being parodied is kind of the ultimate compliment, isn't it?
It is. It's a sign of success. It means your song has become so iconic that it's now part of the culture and it's worth making fun of.
In the end, these parody songs are like a cultural mirror.
That's a great way to put it. They reflect what we all find important or recognizable or just plain ridiculous at any moment in time.
And they're a good reminder not to take the music industry so seriously all the time.
Definitely.
So here's a final challenge for you. The next time you hear a parody, don't just laugh. Really listen. Try to figure out if it's just a silly spoof or if that joke is maybe hiding a much sharper point, a piece of clever satire.
See you next time.